Yeah, IELTS tests only have three reading articles. You only have three reading parts for you to read. But if you take the C1 or C2 Cambridge tests, it's gonna be six. Okay, it's gonna be six reading parts in the exam. So for the C1 or C2, it's gonna be much more difficult for you guys. And the IELTS, for me, IELTS is the easiest test. The only thing that you need to do in order to increase, okay, in order to raise your mark, that is read every day, listen every day, speak alone every day, and try to write everything by sticky notes on your phone or on your iPad. If you have an iPad with a pen, lucky for you, because this kind of pen is going to inspire you. This kind of pen is going to make everything seem interesting for you. So yeah, just take out the pen and try to write something on the iPad, taking notes, do everything, work everything on the iPad or on your phone. That is why I encourage students to do everything technologically on iPad or on phone in order to have them feel convenient when they study. So guys, please remember one rule in IELTS, that is just do everything in English every day. Yeah, you listen to YouTube, BBC News in English, BBC English vocabularies from America. You read, okay, every newspaper online to help you guys improve your every skill in English. That is the key. Don't ever think that IELTS is difficult. It's IELTS. In fact, IELTS and TOEIC are the easiest exams in all kinds of exams of English. IELTS 9.0 is not that hard. Try to read, and if you are a fast, okay, if you are a fast reader, or if you know lots of words, ping pong, okay, you've won the test. So try to get everything. All right, the first 10 minutes to introduce you a little bit about IELTS and some pieces of necessary advice in order to cheer you a little bit up. Let's go back to the reading articles. So the nutmeg, a valuable spice. Nutmeg, valuable ingredient, a valuable thing in order for you to cook or in order for you to make medicine to find a cure for lots of patients in the world, for example. So when you read, you try to guess the meaning of everything in English, right? So let's start. The nutmeg tree myristica fragrans is a large evergreen tree native to Southeast Asia, native to traditional in Southeast Asia, conventional in Southeast Asia. Native, okay, whenever you see the word native, it means, oh yeah, this kind of tree is the original tree, okay? This kind of tree exists in this area for such a long time. That is the word native. You can say that I am native to Saigon. It means you are a Saigonese and you have lived here for okay for such a long time, just like since you were born. So a native too, it means it exists for a long time. Exists until the late 18th century. It only grew in one place in the world, a small group of islands in the Banda Sea, part of the Moluccas, as four Spice Islands in northeastern Indonesia. When you see okay names, lots of names in English, underline the names, okay, or highlight the names in order for you to pay attention. Oh, what are they talking about? So these are the places that we need to remember the names in order for us to stick to the reading, okay, the essential parts of the reading. So these are the names you need to remind yourself. Oh, I have already seen the name Banda Sea here. I have already seen the name Moluccas here. I have already seen okay Spice Islands here. I have also already seen the northeastern Indonesia here. So that is how you have your eyes to to get to remember the words and to get used to the words. Grow in one place in the word. Pay attention to the location. Next, the tree is thickly branched with dense foliage of tough, dark green oval leaves and produces small yellow bell-shaped flowers and pale yellow pear-shaped fruits. The tree is thickly branched with dense foliage of tough. So first of all, you look at the word branch. Second of all, you look at the word produce. So when something is branched with other thing, it means that they are they are on the branches. You look at the word tree, you look at the word branch, you look at the word leaves right here. Before and we have tree, branch, leaf. It means the tree has branches and the branches has leaves. Second, we have the word and. Tree, branch, on the leaves. Okay, so these are the three parts of the tree. These are the two parts of the tree. The first, the branch. The second, the leaf. So here, okay, just pay attention to what branch. It means connected. So the tree has branches, just like big arms, and the arms are connected to the hands. So that is the word branch. What they mean, okay, is the tree is connected to all kinds of leaves. And here after the word and, we have another part of the information that is produce small yellow bell shaped flowers. So here again, the tree creates the flowers, and the shape of the flowers looks like a bell. Okay, if you go to the church or if you go to the pagoda, you will see a very big you will see a very big bell in the pagoda or in the church. And these kinds of bells, okay, they are going to make lots of sounds, just like a skull. Okay, if you already go to school on during break, before break time, they are going to make a sound in order to help you guys understand that, oh, break time comes, just like this. So here is the bell-shaped flowers on the pale yellow pear-shaped fruits. Here, when you look at the tree, you need to remember the parts of the tree. The first part of the tree, that is the root. The second part of the tree, that is the branch. The third part of the tree, that is the leaf. And the fourth part of the tree, that is flower. And the fifth part of the tree, that is fruit. Okay, so here when you read a sentence, don't be confused with lots of no words. Underline the nouns that you know. Here are the nouns that we know. First noun tree, second noun leaf, third noun flower, and fourth noun fruit. So we can know what they are talking about. They are talking about the part of the tree. Don't search for the meanings of anything when you read. Try to finish reading and then you can search for them later. The fruit is encased in a fleshy husk. Encased. You think of the word case, just like a suitcase. If you want to go traveling, you need to pack your clothes in a suitcase. So here they use the word case. When we approach the word case, we think of a situation. But here, they use the word case as an action verb. So here case is an action verb. Don't need to care about the meaning. Just look at the fruit is in a fleshy husk. What does husk mean? No need to know. We just know that this is a place where the fruit is located. Yeah, that is it. When the fruit is ripe, this husk splits into two halves along a ridge, running the length of the fruit. When the fruit is ripe, okay, when the fruit is ripe, this husk, when the fruit is ripe, it means It means when the fruit is ready for human beings to eat, when the fruit is available for everybody to come, and harvest in order for selling or trading or eating or enjoying. So that is the word ripe, ready, available. This husk splits into two halves along a ridge running the length of the fruit. So this husk splits into two halves along a ridge running the length of the fruit. When you see a fruit, you can see the ridge, the ridge of the fruit. It means a line in the center of the fruit, and that kind of line is in the center. It is very long and it is all over the fruit. Just imagine an apple, or you hold an apple on your hand, right? And you can see that there is a small line that we look at the apple, we look at the line, we know that if we use a knife, we are going to be able to cut the apple into two halves without using some kind of measurements in order for us to draw a line first. So the line is already there, naturally there inside the fruit or on the appearance of the fruit. Here they use the word ridge. So ridge is the line. This kind of line is already on the surface of the fruit. So here they said that the husk splits into two halves along a ridge. It means that a husk, inside a husk is a fruit. So when we look at a husk, we can think of a cover or a shelter. So this kind of cover, when it is split into two halves, it splits into two halves, and the open of the two parts of the husk is gonna prove that it is balanced along the ridge, along the center line of the fruit. This is what they want to say. So looking back at this sentence, you can see that when the fruit is ready for you to eat, for you to take, for selling, the husk, the shelter, the cover of the fruit will be broken into half, into pieces. And these two pieces are at the same size. The reason why the husk can be broken into same size pieces is the ridge, is due to the ridge. So the husk cover the fruit, but it is a little bit open along the ridge. So when the fruit is broken, when the husk is broken or when the husk is split, it is going to split in a perfect condition. So when it splits into two halves, those two halves are going to be 100% the same size due to the ridge, which is already there. So when it is already there and it comes to the right time, the husk is going to be split up. And when it's split up, it already has a line. It's going to be the same pieces. That is what it means for the sentence. Inside a purple brown shiny seed, 2 or 3 centimeters long by about 2 centimeters across. So here they use the word long, they use the word across. Just here, long, is the length. Across means the width. So here we can say that 3 meters long or 2 meters big. That is what they want to say, but they don't want to use the word big. They use the word across in order to trick you guys. So when you see a different word in the same kind of units of measurements, try to convince yourself to think of the word that is the same meaning as the word that I'm using. So here, 2 or 3 centimeters long by about 2 centimeters wide or big, surrounded by a lacy red or crimson covering called an arrow. So here, look at this, the location, where is it? Inside, but inside what? Inside a seed, inside a seed. But how big, how long is the seed? These are the numbers for the length and the width of the seed. So here they said that inside the seed, and this kind of seed is surrounded by an error. Just to try to delete all kinds of details, pay attention to the main subjects. These are the sources of the two spices, nutmeg or mace, and mace. The former being produced from the dried seed, and the latter from the arrow. These are the sources of two spices. These are the sources of the two spices. What are these? We need to find out the nouns for the word these. First, pay attention to the very first sentence here. The word P, these here, first, that is an arrow. Here, arrow is surrounded. It is surrounding what? The arrow is surrounding the seed. So maybe the word these stand for arrow, stand for seed, okay? The seed and the arrow are the sources of the two spices, nutmeg and mace. The former means the first. The former stands for nutmeg, and the latter stands for mace, the mace. So when you see the word the former and the latter, just think of the former is the first word, and the latter is for the second word. That is what they want to say. All right, we have just finished the very first paragraph. Please try to look at the second paragraph before I help you guys to understand it in English. And here, guys, please remember one thing. We are studying IELTS. So the first class is going to be the English studying class. And when we finish studying everything in English, we are going to study everything again, half English and half Vietnamese. That is how we train ourselves to be better in English. But if you want me to produce the lecture is it if you want me to produce the lecture in half Vietnamese and half English, it's gonna be very bad for you guys because you are not trained in a good way, in a proper way. The best way for you to train yourself is try to look at everything in 100% English and try to learn everything for the very first time in 100% English. No Vietnamese. Vietnamese is going to be the second time for you to learn it again. So here I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes to look at the second paragraph before I come to the second paragraph. All right. Welcome back, guys. Let's study the second paragraph. Nutmeg was a highly prized and costly ingredient in European cuisine in the Middle Ages and was used for flavoring, was used as a flavoring, medicinal, and preservative agent. The word agent here is not like a person who works for some kind of special forces in the police, in the government system or in the police system. The word agent here is just like an element, preservative element or preservative ingredient. So that is what they want to say. But here they use the word agent instead of the word ingredient because that is the second meaning of the word agent. So here, nutmeg, highly prized, costly ingredient, costly, expensive, very expensive ingredient. Highly prized here means this kind of ingredient. The nutmeg is highly appreciated, is highly considered in everywhere in the world due to its functions. Here, what kind of functions are they mentioning for the nutmeg? The first function is flavoring. The second function is medicinal. It is for medicine. And the third function is for preservative. Preservative is like if you buy like mooncake, the mooncakes are produced. A mooncake is the mooncakes are produced a long time before the festival mooncake. So when they are produced such a long time before the occurrence of the festival, people are going to use the preservative agent in order to make sure that the mooncakes are gonna be are gonna be fresh. The mooncakes are gonna be the same in the same condition when they offer the mooncakes to the customers. For example, mooncakes are produced like in February, but 2 more months, the mooncake festival does occur. So the mooncakes are created, are produced 6 months before the occurrence of the event, which is the mooncake festival. So when they produce something such a long time before something happens, they need some kinds of chemicals. And those kinds of chemicals are called preservative and preservative agent. So the preservative agent is gonna help the mooncakes to be in the same condition every time. So when you go back to the factory, 2 months later, you go back to the factory, you can still see that the mooncakes stay the same. The mooncakes do not do not change its color, or the mooncakes do not smell bad because of the preservative agent. And the preservative agent has two side effects. The first effect, that is, it's gonna help the food or everything stay in the same condition with the best look, with the most exclusive appearance of those of their stages. But the preservative agents, bad side effect is it's gonna destroy your health. When you eat lots of food with preservative agent, you are gonna feel stomachache, and day by day it's gonna destroy your stomach. That is the reason why old people usually have some kinds of incurable diseases. So please be careful of the food that you are going to choose for yourself. Here, preservative is the most crucial and most used ingredient in all kinds of food these days. Snacks, of course, they have preservative. That is the reason why when you open the plastic bag of the snack, you will be able just to smell the good smell of the snacks, although the snacks are produced like 2 years ago, and those snacks are still in the best condition in the supermarket. That is why people make lots of money from snacks. So be careful of snacks. That is the reason why the parents do not allow you to eat snacks a lot. Next sentence here, they are talking about the nutmeg. Cuisine, it means that the traditional food. Instead of saying traditional food, we use the word cuisine. Flavoring, flavor, that is ingredient. You cook, you need sugar, you need salt, you need lime. That is the flavor. Just like coffee, when you go to like Starbucks, they are going to ask you what kind of flavor do you want for the coffee, like vanilla flavor or tiramisu flavor or chocolate flavor. They're going to add some kind of flavor into the coffee, and it's gonna taste okay. The coffee is black, but the top of the coffee is got the top of the coffee, the top layer of the coffee is flavor. They put some kinds of vanilla's flavor. You can still see a little bit cream of vanilla flavor on top layer of the coffee. That is what they say about flavoring. Medicinal, it means it is used for making medicine, drugs, pills for people. Preservative, I have already told you guys. Throughout this period, the Arabs were the exclusive importers of the spice to Europe. Here you see the word importers, and you also see the word to. So who imports what to who? That is the question. When you read, somehow you are gonna find grammar very confusing for you to understand, but just break them into pieces. Who are the importers? Importer is Arabs, and the Arabs imports these kinds of nutmegs, and the Arab sells these kinds of nutmegs to the Europe. That is the reason why we have the word to here. It is very small word, but it helps this sentence become clearer for you guys to understand. the Arabs were the importers, and Arab importers what? The Arab were the importers of the nutmeg, and they sell the nutmeg to the Europe. That is what they want to say. They sold nutmeg for high prices to merchants based in Venice, but they never revealed the exact location of the source of this extremely valuable commodity. Commodity, the same as the word product. Based merchants, okay? High prices to merchants. Merchants you can think of like the chain of shops. The chain, it means that many shops in all kinds of places, they use the word merchants. We can say the chains of shops, the lines of shops in Venice, but they never reveal the exact location. They never show the exact location. They never share the exact location of the source of the original place where they set the nutmeg. So the meaning of this sentence here is they. Who are they? Who are they? The first sentence right here, the Arabs. The Arabs sold the nutmeg at a very high prices. Okay, very expensive, very costly nutmeg. The Arabs sell the nutmegs to who? The Arabs sold the nutmeg at a very high price to all kinds of shops, to the chains of shops in Venice. And they never show, they never share, they never tell, they never inform the exact location of the source. It means the original places of nutmeg selling. Extremely valuable commodity means the products, but there is a slight difference between commodity and product. Commodity is the pure, the original form of the ingredient. If you use the word product, commodity becomes a product when the commodity is packed in a package. So it's like if you buy your phone from FBT shop, or if you buy your phone from Tezazidong shop, you will see that they will go back to the storeroom and they take out the phone for you. They show you the phone, but they don't show you the real phone. They show you the box of the phone. So the box of the phone is called the package of the phone. They're going to open the package, they take out the phone, and they give you the phone. So that is the package. And here I am trying to explain to you guys the difference between between commodity and products. So that is my explanation right here. Commodity is the real thing, and this kind of real thing is kept inside a box, inside a package. So when your real thing is put inside a package, it's called a product. So products is different from commodity, just slightly different, just a little bit different, not totally different. So when you look at the word product, you think of the finished process of a commodity being packed in a package. That is the product. Here they use the word commodity because the nutmeg is, you look at the nutmeg, you look at the real thing, the real natural ingredient from the forest, the real natural ingredient from the tree, from the fruit, from the seed of the